Hi guys, and thank you for joining me. This is going to be your 2015 review reading. I know it's coming in the end of January. However, I think that it's still going to provide you guys with all the questions that you have. So answer all the questions that you have for the month. I'm reading with the Alexander Daniloff Tarot deck, and I'm using only the trumps from his deck. But the deck with the lower arcana, which is all 78 cards, I am selling on my website, and you can get the link below. I believe this deck is one of the best decks out there, and that's why I chose it. So, without further ado, let's begin your reading. Hi Taurus, and thank you for joining me. This is your 2015 overview reading for through my channel. Anyway, sorry it's taken so long to put up, but life is life. And my hands are dirty with paint, by the way, in case you're laughing at me. It's just paint. And I am that busy to not be able to wash it off fully yet. So it is like 6 o'clock in the morning. Yep, 6 o'clock in the morning, so I'm on schedule for my readings. Nice, bright, and early. So I hope that you appreciate the video, and I hope you enjoy the reading. Whoops, I just bent the card. Hold on. Well, I'm going to shift. It was the Destiny card, the star. I bent it when I was trying to break the pile. I have the tendency to do that. Alright, so here we go. We have the Justice at the bottom. That's the outcome. But I won't. Oh, there we go. The star came up. Guess it didn't want to be bent. It wants to come up right in the middle of for you. So let's have a look at what's going on in 2015. Now remember, this is a question that has come up for this reading a lot, and let me explain a little bit. This is a reading of archetypes, so that means that the implication of what I'm reading here for you today has a variance of occurrence in your life. So when you get, like, let's say we have the Tower here. Don't expect just one event. Expect this to be a type of conduit of energy for you for this year. So that's really important to consider, that there is a continual kind of experience that is being channeled through the archetypes of the Tower, right? So not such a bad thing. And remember, I'm laying out all the cards, and they're really contingent on everything that's around them. And so therefore, you have to, with the Tower, consider the fact that it's not so bad that it's there, particularly because of the cards that it's associated with, and so that explains matters for you more fully, and so every card has a place. So that's the two things I wanted to explain. Like I said, archetypes, it just means that it's going to manifest, and it's going to be the channel through which you manifest for the rest of the year, okay? So at the center of the reading, let's begin. At the center of the reading, we have the Star card, which is representative of Aquarius, but not, it just means that you're in the right place at the right time. This is the year of destiny. This is the year that's putting you where you need to be, and it's kind of, I'm guessing it's going to be a pretty eventful one. It's going to be one that's going to be quite shocking to you. I think there's going to be quite a few surprises about what things are, and about where to go and how to do things. It's prosperous. You're blessed, and this is a card of success. So even as you go through things, as challenges come up, and they will, because you have the Tower in the outgoing position. This position with the Tower I'm going to read about in part 2, so if you're worried about it, make sure you can just click through and watch part 2 right now. Anyway, so you have the Star here, and the Star is really talking about the outcome of this is exactly what you need. So everything that is happening within a divine order. Aquarians will be your friends this year. They'll fundamentally understand what is going on for you, about wandering the universe and not being able to really figure out where it is that you are at this time, and so things their ability to disconnect from the tangible and exist in the intangible for extremely long periods of time will be a strength that you can draw on. So Aquarians are your friends, Taurus, and here moving forward, what crosses you is a fundamental shift and a new beginning. Now, that new beginning already started for you. The end happened probably last year, and now you're moving forward in a new direction. And it's kind of trying to grapple itself for you and kind of manifest in something tangible and real. And that real tangible thing is going to blossom you, is going to take care of you, it's going to nurture you. I'm getting the sense that at the beginning of the year, you're not feeling very nurtured, you're not feeling very empowered, and maybe at this time you start the year off really looking back at the past and kind of not sure where to go with things. But I think that you have some really good things around you, and you have some really good outcomes. So it's kind of, what am I saying? I'm saying that this is kind of the medicine that you need, the medicine you've been waiting for, and the medicine that you've been trying to look for in your life. And so it's kind of, the medicine sometimes itself isn't that tasty or isn't that, appealing to you, and so just take it, and then the outcome will be good. The star is the blossoming of a new opportunity. This is the card of wandering the universe, and then looking up and finding that even though you didn't know where you were going exactly, you ended up exactly where you needed to be. And that's the theme of the year. You're going to wander this year, and then you're going to kind of, after everything that happens, you're going to be a bit disoriented. But even with that disorientation, you're going to know, you're going to, what's the word for it? You're going to find that you're exactly where you need to be, exactly who you need to be, and with whom you're going to need to be. The people in your life are amazing this year. You're really supported by positive people with positive intentions and uplifting stuff, very altruistic social environment, which is wonderful. As everything happens, you're going to be supported by good people who have really good understanding of your emotional needs. The Cancer, just such a healing card through your social network. So reach out to people as your support and see your way through by connecting and by communicating what it is that you're seeing and what it is that you're perceiving and what it is that you're experiencing. I think that this year is testing your strength, and I think in the social realm, the strength is really called upon within certain confines or within certain dogmatic rules that you have to follow, which is not that comfortable, especially for Taurus. Taurus is like a bull in the china shop. They really do better in their own way, so they're not really follow the rules type people. I think that they set their own rules, they get a lot achieved, but in the process of doing so, they're not really a subservient sort of sign. So change and stuff for Taurus is tough anyway, and I think that the empathy of the change that you're going through, that's fundamentally rocking your world, is understood by the people around you, and they're going to give you quite a bit of nurturing, particularly motherly nurturing. So look to women, but men can be extremely feminine nurturers as well, so through the feminine precepts of care and comfort. But also a big influence this year on you is the social environment within a school or within a church. But most of you, I think that within a school is going to be something to do with school, whether you're in school or you're done school. There's going to be an influence on you that's going to be kind of from that thing, whether it's, designations, whether it's tickets or what you can do. There's going to be some rules, and those rules are actually going to be working in your favor. So it might feel awkward at first, but it's coming from a good place. And also people of religious kind of, people who are religious or people who of a religious kind of disposition will be very helpful to you and will understand your circumstance and your plight, and they'll be able to help you move along. And everything is going to be about championing over. These people are going to have your back. They're going to kind of support you and wean you in the positive direction that you need to go. And I don't think you know which way to go. And I think that this year will be the time when you really identify what it is that you need to lift up, and what it is that needs to get bigger and blossom. And so those are the things that you're going to kind of work through. Those are the energies that you're going to work through, and those are the energies that are going to manifest. And so you yourself are going to feel more empowered and strong and happy to be alive and happy to be in the circumstances that you are through your social network. Your social network is really important for you this year, as everything happened. It's kind of the aftermath of something really fundamental happening. And the transition is going to affect you throughout the year, but in the meantime, people throughout the whole integration and kind of giving you room, and when you want to move forward and you don't really know how to, they're going to be the people that provide you calm and comfort and the ability to just kind of work within what you're given at this time. In the undercurrent is the self-study. This is the Hermit. You're branching off in a direction that's not a direction that you had before. And so with this kind of path, you're branching off, and you're kind of trusting yourself and trusting your own experiences in order to make decisions. And you're going out on a limb. That's what I'm trying to say. And going out on a limb is never quite comfortable, and that's why it's so good to have a nurturing environment to be able to do that. You're doing something different than what most people do, different than what you would do in the past. Now the Lovers and the High Priestess are modifying that. The Lovers is really to do with your family, whether it's your marriage or whether it's your family, like where you come from. Your fraternity, brothers and sisters, become really important. I think that they motivate you to do this. It's like almost like you're a great painter and you've never painted professionally, and someone comes to you and says, well, you really need to paint now that this has happened. Maybe like you had a fundamental loss in your life where someone passed away, and now your brothers and sisters are coming to you and saying, okay, well, you led your life up to this point a certain way, and now you know that life is so short, and you're an amazing painter, and you need to follow through with that painting. So it's that kind of energy of encouragement, that energy of support and lifting up. So much of your success this year is really contingent on other people and how they're gonna support you and how they're gonna help you emancipate yourself and grow. And very good chance romances for those of you who are single. It's like you're not looking up to find someone, and then before you know it, then love kind of comes your way, and it might be pushed by a conduit, which is the High Priestess, and so you may be like sitting there reading your book, and your friend who's a High Priestess has the insight, brings forward someone for you, someone who's going to be very good for you, like not a romance but a significant relationship. And the High Priestess kind of has that intuition. She's also someone who you can trust. She's elusive. That's the thing about the High Priestess that makes it difficult for people to really get a good grip on it. She's elusive in that she only has so much attention to give you, and so it's kind of subhuman interaction, or not above human interaction, in which she's gonna briefly tell you what she thinks, and then you're gonna be like, but I need to know this, and she said, well, that's the message I have for you. I have nothing else to give. And it could be as devoid of emotion and intention as those statements and interaction with her are. You find the few gentle pushes that she gives you more caring and more nurturing than anything else that you would experience. So I think that she is your protector and she is your keeper. And I think that essentially if you do begin a relationship this year, it will be someone who takes on that form of protection and keeping. So you have this real environment of caring and nurturing being set up against you, being set up for you. So there's people around you who are really coming in order to help support and nurture you and elevate you to a better position in life, to elevate you to face all the things that you will face this year that will make you shake your head and will make you unsure about what to do and where to go. And so whenever we go through life, I believe when there are events in our life that are really traumatizing, and if we're in a it's hard to say, because I don't think that people just come in when bad things happen, because that really hurts when you're a person who is going through a lot and nobody comes in to help you, right? When you're out alone. So with all respect to those people who are alone, I think that sometimes I think it maybe has to do with more the connotation of things or the substance. And so what I'm suggesting is that you're going to need the help, and that help is going to come. And I think that that's what the principle works on, is whether someone needs the help with, and overall, unless there's some other malady or issue, spiritual issue, then that comes, but not always. But that's the kind of general flow of things. And I do think that you're going to need it. I do think that you're going to have your hands full this year, and I think that you'll be really in the arms of the angels, you know, kind of thing. But what's leading up to this year is a sacrifice that you made, and that sacrifice may have been modified by the death of something or someone, or by the end of a matter that clarified your position on things and allowed you to move forward unscathed by the end of what happened. But I think you're still tied up right into the beginning of this year by what happened in some way. So that's not really alleviated, and you're waiting for that to kind of free itself before you can move forward. So you're coming into the year with a kind of stasis around you, a stasis that is, you're almost within the reach of something. There's something that's waiting for you that's tangible. There's something that is around the corner for you, that is waiting for you, that is like a payoff, or there's kind of breakthrough that is waiting for you. You just need for that hand of God to really kind of break your shackles and allow you to move forward. And I think that a lot of the crippling aspect of the change has happened already, and so now, and then things ended and you were kind of allowed to blossom. But I think that this kind of persists, that in some way you're still bound to commitment, you're still bound to a circumstance that you need to see through fully. And so this year is going to be about you unwinding yourself from this. It's almost like you kind of went too far, or someone went too far, and you got integrated into a situation. And you got integrated into a situation that was complex and is going to take a little bit of time to resolve. Just like a marriage, or it can be a lot of different things, business arrangements, it can be school engagements, you know, or maybe you moved somewhere and it's really not working out, and you know, you just lost your job before Christmas and now you want to move back to somewhere. And so people are very understanding of the losses that you suffered, of what you've gone through, and I think that they're coming to kind of help you resolve that. And so through their involvement and through your social interactions, that's going to start becoming dislodged. This is a really interesting reading for you guys, and so expect the part 2 to be full. And I think that part 2 is actually even more significant in this reading, as this part 1 basically means that there's going to be people. You're moving into a phase when you're really supported by people, and people are the primary conduit that is resolving a lot of stuff for you, and they're kind of your saving grace. And there's this fundamental end that happened right around the corner, and I think that it has to do with maybe looking at it too, while still taking a new beginning. They're, you know, just kind of finding the balance between remembering and forgetting is always something that is important for people. And so while remembering certain aspects and the lessons that we need to remember, trying to forget so that you can really branch out in a new direction would be something that's we're gonna talk about in part 2. I mean, right off the bat, expect in part 2, boom, the Tower, which is really exciting. It's and it's modified by really strong cards, so you're gonna have a really powerful transition, but in a good way. I mean, I don't mean to make you sound like a lost puppy, but I think that you're gonna be really kind of wheeling and dealing a lot this year, and so we'll talk about that in part 2. Make sure to like my video, give it thumbs up, click through to my sponsors each time you watch a video, and share with your friends so that more people watch. Thank you so much for following me here on YouTube and on Facebook. Talk to you soon. Take care. Bye, guys.